Hi everybody, it's Tara Green here. It's January 23rd. I want to talk about the very, very important energies that you probably are feeling and seeing in the world today as Mars entered Aquarius at 4:17 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And then the Sun conjunct Pluto at 3 degrees of Aquarius. You can see them there still, 3 degrees of Aquarius. That was at 5:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this next Kazemi, as all the planets are moving into Aquarius, there is very intense this weekend leading up to Mars conjunct Pluto on the 27th at 6:02 p.m. So Mars conjunct Pluto is definitely a war signature, a war of words, an air war. Could be, could be all kinds of things. Atomic war, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet that rules atomic energy. So very dangerous period here, especially as Neptune is reaching its final stay in Pisces now for the next 165 years. So on Monday, when Neptune finally enters Aries at 12:37 p.m., for the first time since April 1861, and the Civil War in the U.S. broke out the next day, we are entering this new era. Neptune in Aries, whole different playing field, especially for Pisces, that is your modern ruler. And it's going to be in Aries for the next 14 years till 2039. And Pluto's going to stay in Aquarius till 2044. So we're heading into more of the clicking in of the major long-term outer cycles starting now. So Saturn will enter Aries on February 13th, 14th, and then, of course, they have that major conjunction on February 20th. But things are going to be very intense, okay? I just want to mention, you want to look at where all that Aquarius stellium energy is. There is also going to be an eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. Little heads up about that. New moon 28 Aquarius, so at the very last degree of Aquarius. Again, Saturn is the ruler of Aquarius traditionally, and Uranus is the modern ruler, and Uranus is also 27 Taurus there. But Saturn at 27 Pisces today and for the next while before it also moves into Aries is squaring the galactic center at 27 Sagittarius. So this is a very powerful energy. It's a good time to really focus your energy into your cosmic connection with the big galactic center. I always think that, information, alien stuff is probably going to come out. They've been sort of suggesting, oh, we're going to give you the real deets about the aliens and the whole market's going to crash, like they're programming that, right? But anyway, it's a good time for you personally to tune in through your dreams, through your intuition, through your imagination, working with the galactic center. Especially Saturn is still conjunct Neptune, so this is the planet of dreams, imagination, intuition, creativity, inspiration. So Saturn also rules Capricorn and Aquarius. So, we're all kind of still under Saturn's bounds. Again, this is traditional astrology. I'm not a traditional astrologer, but I do respect, that's Saturn's name, those rulerships, those traditional rulerships, right? So where is this affecting you in your personal life? I mean, there's so much going on. The moon conjunct Neptune earlier today, and the moon entered Aries at 8:26 a.m. So the moon's going to be in Aries until the 25th. So the moon in Aries sextiles or sparks up all of that Aquarian energy, just like, the planets right now are very much in this unusual supportive energy, okay? So what you want to do is think about, Mars and Pluto are burn off, they burn up, they destroy, they bring transformation. So whatever in your mind, you need to open your mind. That's what Aquarius is all about, open-minded. Now, it can be very much like for your own good, fixed idealism, like socialism, or this is for your own benefit, or programming, it's got both, and that's Pluto. Pluto wants to be in control, but Pluto usually routes out and shows all the rot, all the underside, the shadow side, the vindictiveness, the ruthlessness, the power, the control, the secrets, that's all coming out in the information age. That's why people are waking up right now, because you can get access to information as long as you have freedom of the internet, which is what Aquarius is all about. So X is the only place that you can get free speech, like it or not. It's ugly a lot of the times, but you get to see the real thing. No censorship, okay? We do not want censorship of any kind, because then you're not really getting the full story. People should be able to debate. All air signs like to debate. So when Uranus goes into Gemini at the end of April, to stay there for the next 7 years, that also opens our minds up to new ways of debating. That's Gemini energy. So really looking at, Mars Pluto conjunction. If it's in your first house, this is about yourself, your identity. If it's in your second house, it's about how you make money. Pluto rules wealth. How you start up, that's Mars rules Aries. And as we're going into the Aries era, wherever Mars is where you watch how the energy is affecting you. If Mars and Pluto are in your third house, it's about changing, letting anger out, how you communicate. If it's in your fourth house, there could be deep rumblings and explosions going on at home. If it's in your fifth house, it can be very creative, actually, because Aquarius is opposite Leo, the sign of creativity, opening your heart, a big heart explosion in a positive way. If it's in your sixth house, it could ignite your health or new alternative ways of thinking. That's Aquarian energy as well. If it's in your seventh house, it could be a big shakeup. New person comes into your life, especially somebody you connect with over the internet. Change up in how you talk and how you see things. Again, opening your mind, blowing your mind. If it's Mars and Pluto in your eighth house, there could be unexpected secrets about money, inheritance, family secrets, skeletons in the closet coming out. If it's in your ninth house, it's about higher learning, education, maybe being a thought leader, learning, going back to school, studying technology. If it's in your 10th house, it could be a revolution in terms of your career, Aquarius has to do with big issues, right? If it's in your 11th house, it does have to do with organizing, networking, groups, management. That's all Aquarian kind of thing, right? Who you know, right? Knowing the right people, connecting in a right way. And if it's in your 12th house, you could be having nightmares. There could be some very explosive things going on in your psyche, blowing your mind stuff, which could feel hard. Maybe I should put a trigger warning here. It could feel hard when things start to explode in your unconscious. You don't want that to happen too fast. That's like a Kundalini awakening, which can literally kind of blow your brains out. You want to manage it. You want to breathe. Aquarius is all about breathing. It's all about the air. It's like, who's going to control the air in the future? Who's going to control the air waves? I mean, these are all hot topics going on right now because corporations, big business, they want to control your mind. Advertising has always controlled our minds. So people are waking up to that. And that's the good thing about Aquarius, because it is about the people taking the power. And, Pluto is now moving out of bounds south, which a great article was written about this. This is going to go off and on from 2025 till 2035, not all the time, but Pluto moving south happens in major cycles, which correlate with the people taking back the power. So the more you wake up, the more educational, informative, well-researched. That's Aquarius. It's like a paper. You really study it thoroughly. You make it your own. Maybe you want to study a niche kind of thing that you can bring a lot of wealth of information. That would be Pluto, wealth of information, Pluto and Aquarius, to the people, to help the people, to raise the consciousness, to help people to wake up. Aquarius is a human sign. It's one of the few signs with a human on it. There's also Virgo, the Virgin Goddess. But most signs do not have people on it, so it is a humanitarian. Have we really been fully aware of our human consciousness yet? I don't think so. I think that's just starting. I mean, Kaku said, no, we're not even at the first level of consciousness, if you think about a higher consciousness in space, for example. So open your mind, look deeply inside of where you're stuck, or, what your blind spots are. I would say open that up as well. And use this energy. Mars Pluto is like really strong willpower. You want to break out of an old mold. You want to break out of an old thought pattern. This would be the energy to do it under, right? But you might have trouble sleeping. Mars Pluto, it's really revved up. You could be feeling very hyper. Now, if you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, you can do that at tarot.com, and I'd be very happy to help you. So have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Yeah, it's going to be cold outside. Okay, blessings to you.